Hey guys, welcome back. So glad you could join me today. I have a wedding and so I am packing up. So I figured why not show you what I'm bringing to the bride prep. That's right, it's bride prep time. That's what I'm doing today. I got a second shooter going to groom prep. Instead of making this video 20 minutes about what I'm actually bringing on the entire wedding day, because there's audio, there's lighting, there's lenses, there's cameras. This is what the whole package looks like laid out. Just the camera, batteries, audio. That's a lot of stuff. So I figure why not just show you what I'm bringing to the bride prep. So first thing is this is not in the Pelican case, and here's why. Because I like to carry the 6500 with the Zhiyun Crane 2. This is what I got. I don't have the Ronin S or any of those other things. I have bigger gimbals, but I like to bring this on the wedding day. And so this is Zhiyun Crane 2. I bring this, flip this on there with the quick release plate with the Sigma 16 1.4. I leave this in my passenger seat of my vehicle, and then whenever I get to the bride prep, I can just pull it out right when I get there before I unload anything. I can get the establishing shots of the house, get the establishing shots like with trees, things moving, slow motion, that type of stuff. So this stays out of the Pelican case in my passenger seat. And then now for the Pelican case. I'm going to put it right here so you can see it in this shot. All right, so let's open it up. Put it right here. I've been having this case for a long time. All right, here we go. We open it up. There we go. Let's just start unpacking it. First thing, Rode Video Mic Pro. I use this for natural audio while the bride is getting ready, makeup, hanging out with the girls, hanging out with mom, that type of stuff. This is getting natural audio for that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you're a bride getting married and you want a lot of that type of natural audio and not just the letter readings or the speeches, be careful how loud you play your Pandora or Spotify or music or whatever, Apple Music, because we use music in our film. So the louder that the music's playing while you're prepping and putting your makeup on, the less I can use natural audio. But this is what that's for. And then next, let's talk about cameras. Main camera I'm going to be shooting is the Sony a7 III with the Sony G Master 24-70 2.8 lens. This is a nice all-around lens for that. With this being a full frame camera, 24 is perfect. I like to get a little tighter, 70. That's why I bring this to the bride prep and not the groom prep. And so along with that, I'll show you some spare lenses. So if I want some 1.2 bokeh, I bring this Canon L Glass 1.2 with the Metabones adapter, so it will attach to the Sony. And I love this being a manual lens on the Sony. The autofocus is not very good whenever you have the Metabones adapter. I love the focus on this. It's not a wire by focus. It really feels handy dandy. And so I like this if I want like an eye shot. I want her eye to be in focus, but I want the ear not to be in focus. That's why I use this. All right, next lens is the 24-105 Canon L Glass. This is an f4 lens, but with the Metabone speed booster, this turns into a 2.8 lens. And so I'm able to pop this on. This camera right here, the Sony a7 II is in the bag. This is for the ceremony only. I'll pop this on there, and all of a sudden this 24-105, put this in Super 35, use the clear image zoom. I can basically turn this into almost a 300mm lens. I love this combination. But with that, sometimes it's hard to tell what's in focus with the Sony cameras. And so I use the small HD monitor, and I use this for two reasons. For focus peaking, because you can make everything dotty and tell what's in focus, but also for the false color. The false color in this is amazing. So everybody who shoots with me, I normally have, there's 3 or 4 of us who shoot with me. I always tell them, before you hit record, check your false color. We want the skin tones, whatever you're filming, especially skin tones, we want that to be between 65 and 75 IRE. And there is a monitor on here that will tell you that. And if it's too blue and it's not right in that green, they're gonna come out looking jaundice If they're overexposed with Sonys, I can't bring them back. And so I love this. Have the Anton Bauer. I have 3 of these. That's why it says 3. I have 3 of these batteries that go on these. And so this goes in every kit that we hand out. So small HD focus monitor. Those are good. And then audio wise, oh, and I also have this spare 28 millimeter f2 lens. Also pop this on the 6500. And sometimes that Sigma 16 is really, I love the Sigma 16. It's great. But sometimes I don't want to get as close to the bride because the bride and mom are having a moment. So I can put this on the Sony 6500, which is a crop sensor camera. It's an APC sensor camera. So I'm able to put this on there, and this 28 turns into about a 45, and I'm able to get those buttery smooth shots and not have to get super close. That's why this lens is in there. And someone lost my lens cap. It's okay. All right, audio wise, so what's in here? This is the white Tascam DR10. This goes for when the bride's reading her letter, and then right before she puts on her dress, I put a mic on her dress, which is going to be this white Tascam mic that came with it. I put a mic right on the inside of the dress. Hopefully tomorrow I'll bring somebody with me and you can see how I do that. And now I got it tangled. So this goes inside the dress with this, and then she has a neoprene wrap on her thigh right by where her garter will go, and this will slip right into a pocket in this wrap. I don't do it. I get a bridesmaids to help me. They just give me the cord that's already in the dress. I mic the dress before she puts it on. Very inappropriate to do it while she's in the dress, so do it before she puts the dress on. And then there's a little sticky tape, which are these Rycoat undercovers. I have black and I have white. Normally the black one will be in the groom's prep, so I don't know what that's doing in there. I keep the white with me because most of the time, if I'm gonna mic the bride, she's gonna have a white robe on, so I can stick the mic right inside her robe, and then I could get quality audio with no wind noise while she's reading the letter. And then the white will go perfect with the dress. It will go about right here inside, fall down, wire into the Tascam DR10. So that's this. I also have a spare Countryman B3 lav mic that I love. I use Countryman B3s for all of my audio. And then I have spare batteries. These are the Amazon Basics AAA, easily charged. And then of course the white mic clips just in case you need them. So that's the audio in there. And then also have spare recorders for the ceremony. So if you haven't seen my video on audio recorders, this is the Olympus DM620. I put this at the podium, so any readings that happen during the ceremony, I'm able to pick that up and use as spare just in case. And then this is the Olympus A12. This goes on the priest or the pastor or the officiant or the judge or whoever is performing the ceremony. So this one goes in there with the Countryman B3. And then of course another spare lavalier just in case you might need it. And so also in the bag, I have the Pelican SD card holder case. These are my spare cards I have just in case. You never know when something's going to fail. I have in my contract, I'm not responsible for anything that is lost due to crowd interruption or technical failure on the camera's part, because you never know. These little cards could fail any moment. In the 6500 and the A7 III, I use the 64 gig 300 megabit per second Extreme Pros by SanDisk. But also in the Sony A7 III, I use the Sony version 300 megabit per second read speed. So that's what I use in those. And I keep them here just in case a card does fail, and I got plenty of spare. Batteries, you know, if you shoot with Sony A7S II or Sony A6500, it runs through batteries fast. And so I have 13 of these batteries of the Sony NP-FW50. 13. I don't like to bring chargers with me. I don't want to think about charging during the day. So I have these Think Tank bags with a lot of batteries, and I don't have to bring like the dual chargers and then the USB and then the battery brick and all that. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to think about it. I want to think about filming a wedding. And then I have some spare covers, lens caps covers, body covers. I have some spare quick release plates. I use all the Manfrotto heads, and so I have the Manfrotto quick release plates everywhere. I have the spare Sony A7 III battery. With the Sony A7 III, honestly, I've only had to change the battery once at a wedding, and normally I'm there from 7 to 9 hours for the coverage time. And then the most important thing in this entire Pelican case is this. You got to have an air machine, air squeeze, whatever you want to call it, to get the dust off the sensor and off the lens, and then a lens wipe. I have filmed a lot of outdoor weddings to where I get back and the people who were filming with me change the lens in a dust-filled place, and next thing you know, every shot after that has a major dust spot on the lens. It's embarrassing. You can't, especially if you're filming a bride in a white dress, and you see, and it's a light color day, and you see this nasty dust spot. So after seeing that a couple years ago, I am a freak when it comes to cleaning. So even after I unpack this, I'm gonna pack it back up and I'm gonna clean again and again and again and make sure they're all clean. So every pack that we have, Pelican case, messenger bags, whatever we bring, always has some air in it and also a lens wipe or a pen lens wipe. Whatever it is, you gotta keep your lenses clean and your sensors, especially dealing with these Sony cameras. So that's it. I'm gonna pack it back up. That is my bride prep kit. Next time I'll do a groom prep kit so you can know what I packed for the groom, and then I'll talk about my lighting kit that I bring to a wedding and also any of my spare audio stuff. Thank you for joining. Thank you for following on this 30-day journey. Sorry that it wasn't a vlog style today. I do have a wedding that I have to get to. And so I wish I could wear my LSU polo. Go Tigers, but I can't wear that for a wedding. Got to get dressed, get changed, pack up, and go and film an awesome wedding. Thank you for joining me. On to the next one.